So this is Dyson, new game glitching. Start off with a actually useful trick. Basically, this is the cutscene at the start of the game. If I enter the menu during this cutscene and use my stat points, I come out of the cutscene and it tries to teach me how to use the stat points and immediately gives me another 15. Basically, meaning I get to start the game at level 15. This isn't entirely correct because I actually only start level 15 in terms of stats. There's another thing which is skill points. Normally get 2 skill points when you level up and 1 stat point. So I don't have those skill points, but we'll get around that with this. So I make sure I enter this area in animal form of some kind. I use the horse because that's what I use to get around. I have 6 points, I spend them, and then I die, making sure that I am in Dyson's form. And then when I spawn in the load here, I go back to the same file, and I will end up with Dyson's model, but I will actually be in horse form, and that stores the skill from when I died. But I want to save before I use my skill points, so essentially I get those 6 points back, and I can spend them now. And I'll do it like this in the run, because that pretty much those are the 2 abilities I'm looking for. I don't really need much else. So I guess level 4 and do that. This is actually the first thing I found in the game. Unfortunately, someone else found it before me. But you can clip through anything by just shapeshifting like that. This particular thing is like a kind of a boss fight skip. Not entirely a fight really. You just have to kill. You have to destroy some objects at the bottom, but it is a pain, so it saves quite a bit of time. Then this, clip outside, have some fun running in the air, and go straight to the end of the area. In the other speedrun that someone's done, he sort of does a similar thing, but doesn't really go. He doesn't cut it out. He ends up doing most of the dungeons. So. Then another one here. This just generally is slightly faster. So part of my routes are faster simply because I don't have to pick up as many potions because I'm starting with more stats than he does. But also that skips a little cutscene right at the start, which is about 15 seconds. Then this just basically use the out of bounds to fall a bunch of levels a lot faster than I'm supposed to. Instead of weaving my way through all the corridors, I just go straight down to the bottom level and then clip back in, and then I can go and get the gear at the bottom of this area. Don't actually know how much time that saves. Probably not a huge amount, I'd guess. Maybe 10-15 seconds. But, you know, every little. Then this, you won't be able to see exactly what I'm doing, but I basically just hit a cutscene, then Alt-Tab to quit the game entirely, and then I can come here and go through the autosave. For some reason, the autosave on that particular cutscene is set up in a way that when you reload it, it cuts out the first half of the cutscene, which is like a minute and a half long. So I end up saving like 40 seconds, even though I'm quitting the game entirely and reloading it. And it has a bunch of things that make it take longer to reload. But yeah, actually kind of useful, bit of a weird one. And then we come on to the fun stuff, the completely useless, well, at the moment anyway. First thing is a zombie glitch. I die, save as I'm dead, it goes to the load screen, I come back, and I am invincible. Big problem with this is that there's regen in the game that I haven't found a way to get rid of. So even though I'm on 1 stat point of regen at the moment, this is how quick I regen. So you'll see very quickly I regen my health and he can immediately just kill me. I mean, I'm not sure how useful it'd be anyway, because I don't think I can do damage when I'm in that state. This next thing is using the shape-shifting. I basically call up the menu to go through it, shape-shift, go through it, and then it stores this menu. Doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. It just kind of locks your screen. You can change the camera when you switch, also when you hit cutscenes, like going down this ladder. But basically it doesn't really do anything. I mean, in this clip I try and save whilst I hit the enter, just to see if it would try and put some data together, but it doesn't really do anything, unfortunately. So the clip coming up now is a similar idea. Basically, I enter an area and then shapeshift and enter an area again before it's finished fading out. I'm not 100% sure what this is doing. You see the double load screen there. But what it appears to do is load the position of the previous map on the map I just spawned at. Unfortunately, none of these seem to be useful yet, because the few places I've found that allow this seem to spawn me under the map, and never in a useful place. So here's another one in the mine area that I was in earlier, and again just under the map and not in a useful position, which is a shame, because I was hoping for possibly like a way to warp across the overworld faster, but unfortunately none of that. And then I think it's the last thing, just a little soft lock. You're not supposed to be able to use this shield in animal form, so if you press them at the same time, I can't move anymore. I'm just sort of stuck. Soft lock the game. So yeah, that's it.